Hello and welcome back to Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. This is a crochet and knitting podcast where I attack the yarn with my hooks and my needles. Thank you for coming back and spending some time with me. I appreciate it very much. I just want to give a quick shout out and a quick thank you for all my brand new subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for checking out my content and finding it appealing enough that you would decide to subscribe. I appreciate it very much that you would do so. Thank you. Thank you. I try my best to make content that is relevant to the yarning community, and I appreciate each and every one of you for coming back and for being newly subscribed to my channel and just helping me to increase my subscriber numbers. I appreciate that. Thank you. And so now you are no longer new, but you are all my friends. So I just want to again give a shout out and a thank you to all my friends for coming back and spending fun time with me another day in the life of Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. My name is Elma and I will be your host of this podcast. You can find me on the internet at Ravelry and also on Instagram at Dark and Lovely. That's Dark and Lovely, DRKNLUVLI. I'd appreciate if you go over there and also subscribe to me, friend me, and that way we can stay in touch. You can also find me right here on YouTube at Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. All right, so I have an agenda. I did write out a quick agenda, as you can see. I don't have my pink book, but I did write out a little agenda just so that I can keep track of where I am, because it's a little late at night. I'm a little tired, and I just want to get to bed. You know, those of you that have been following me, you know, I was out of work for, this is going on week, is it week 4? I think it's going on almost week 4 for COVID, you know, but today, thankfully, I was cleared, and I'll be going back to work tomorrow, you know, so yay. It's kind of easy to get accustomed to staying home and just recuperating, you know, but I thank God that I did not have to do anything but stay home, take some antibiotics, some rest, some tea, and just let my body get back together, you know. So thankfully the vaccines and the boosters, they did their job. The COVID symptoms were more reminiscent of that of the flu, a very bad flu. But other than that, I'm grateful that I came through altogether. I convalesced and now I'm able to go back to work, you know. So I'm happy to report that. So today we have a couple of unboxings. I have a book I want to share with you all. I have some whips, and I also went to Michael's to get some grab bags, you know. I just want to make one mention. I have been to Joann's, was it last week? I think it was last week or the week before. I went to Joann's because I kept watching different videos, came to Crafty Nomad, and what's my girl name? Summer of Summer's Tips and Stitches. And the both of them, and I believe it was somebody else as well, that reported that at Joann's they had the Ogo, you know, the Karen Ogo or the Red Heart Ogo yarns there for buy one get 3 free. And I went there twice. I went to do 2 different Joann's located here in New York, and both of them did not have that sale and was not aware of what I was referring to. So I'm wondering if this is something that is possibly gonna trickle down the line later on, you know. But at this time in New York, I have not found that sale to be. So hopefully that will be soon, because I would like to get the Ogos to put together this blanket that is actually on Joann's website that uses the Ogo yarn, you know. So not that I need to buy any more yarn, but I would like to use to make the colors that they had for that particular blanket, because I thought those colors had went together well. I'm sure if I can check my stash, I'll find the same yarns or similar yarns to give me the similar effect of those colors that represented that blanket. Okay, so with no further ado, I just want to start off with some whips that I had showed you guys before. It's basically one whip that I had showed you before. It's a baby blanket that I'm making for one of my co-workers who had recently just had a grandson. I just want to show you guys the progress on that baby blanket. All right. Okay. All right. So it's a small baby blanket, and I'm just gonna use up the one skein of blue. When that blue is finished, the blanket is finished. All right. So this blanket is Mary Maxim pattern for a chevron blanket that goes with a dog. It goes together with a dog. So the blanket for the Mary Maxim pattern is all one color. I just wanted to break it up with the chevron, just to break it up with some color, you know. So I put these are those Dollar Tree Premier worsted yarns. So we have some gray, a mustard yellow, a navy blue, and a I guess a pumpkin orange, you know. And I thought those would be nice to break up the blanket, you know. So once I finish this blue, this is a Red Heart, I have the color right here, country blue. Yeah, country blue, Red Heart country blue. So once I finish that skein, then the blanket would be done. I'm not gonna add any border or anything to this because thankfully the sides are coming out even, you know. So I'm appreciative of that, because a lot of times when I used to do chevrons, that was my main problem, that the sides were not even, you know. So once I block it and everything, and I'll sew in the ends for the colors here, that blanket would be good to go, you know. So that's, I think I don't remember which video I showed that on, but I did reveal that once upon a time. Saturday I was a little bored and I had some yarn on my bed, so I just started making this blanket because, again, Mary Maxim has a kit, an Afghan kit for what is basically a virus meets granny Afghan, you know. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy the kit because you're basically just buying the kit for the yarn, you know, and it's already a pattern that I'm familiar with. And I said, I know that I can find that pattern on YouTube, which I did. And so I just started making that because I had some random yarn. I didn't feel like working on any current whips that I had. So, and I just wanted to go ahead and start a virus meets granny blanket. So far, this is my current blanket. The center is a brown, again, Premier worsted yarn. And the cream, I think it's either a Pound of Love or a Karen 1 pound yarn. I'm not sure, I don't recall, because it was an unbanded yarn. This variegated yarn is I love this yarn, from Hobby Lobby, and the name of that yarn is, one second. The name of that yarn is Nevada Dusk. Nevada Dusk is the name of that yarn. So what my plan is to continue the virus portion of the blanket in that off-white color, ecru color, and to pull out the colors in the Nevada Dusk colorway. So I started off the center with the brown, then I have the virus portion in the off-white, and then now I did the granny portion in the Nevada Dusk. So from here, I'm gonna do, as you can see, you have turquoise, you have that pumpkin orange, you have some green there, some olive green colors. You also have some mustard yellow colors here, you know, and also some light blue. So I plan to pull out those colors and then also come back in with that as the granny square. So this would be like the frame for the granny square, and the off-white will separate the other colors in between until we get back to the variegated yarn yet again. And I have 2 skeins of the Nevada Dust color. So if depending on how big it gets with the other colors I plan to add in, there's some purple as well. There's a lot of different colors in that yarn, purples and navy blues. There's a lot of different colors here. Turquoise, like I can see red heart turquoise for that one, and then like a peacock, red heart with love peacock. That would look nice as well, you know. So depending on how many colors I can pull out, chocolate brown is there from this to get around for the granny square portion. It would determine if I buy more of the Nevada Dust, which more than likely I probably will. At least I would say at least 2 skeins, just thinking off the top of my head how big it will get, you know. So that is one new whip. It's a just because whip, because I really didn't plan on it, but it was something that I was thinking about. Okay. Now I have another whip that I had started on, I think it was Friday, and that's a whip that I had wanted to do for another co-worker of mine who had also had a little boy. And because I'm trying to work down my stash, you know, I just wanted to say to make something just to give her in addition to the blanket, because this is the co-worker that I made the star blanket for. I don't believe she's back at work yet, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm sweating. I'm not sure if she's planning to come back or what, but either way, I have her gift, you know. So I had started making this blanket, this sweater for her, you know. And this is a free pattern from Premier Yarn, you know. So I really like that with the different color sleeves and the color block in the front. And I don't know if you can see under the collar, the sweater is actually that same color all the way down in the back. So it's this gray color here in the back, as well as the accents for the hem and the cuffs and the stripes in the sleeves, and also to the back of the sweater and the neck collar. And then you have the different colors for the front, the arms, right? So I did that, but I didn't read the pattern properly, apparently, because what was supposed to happen is that you measured, because I was doing the 12-month size, right? So you're supposed to measure to know how far to knit up before you do to know how far to knit before you do the decreases for the raglan shaping here, right? So you're supposed to measure from the hem up to wherever it's supposed to be before you start to do the decreases for the raglan shaping. But me being not paying attention, I measured from the ribbing instead, and I measured from here going up. So I made the sweater bigger than anticipated. So I put it up against my youngest son and it fits him. So I just made the sweater in a different size. This sweater is knit in pieces. This sweater is knit in pieces. And so you have to block the pieces together, and then I guess whip stitch or mattress stitch them together. So right now I'm working on the second sleeve, and this will be a sweater instead for my youngest son. And once that's finished, then I will do the this sweater correctly for my coworker. So I'm just gonna show you the pieces, okay? So this right now is the back. This is the back, all right? And that's a mustard yellow. It looks brighter on here, but that is the mustard yellow, and that's the back portion. And that's the gray for the ribbing. Then this is the front. The front is the same off-white color with, again, the gray for the ribbing. So let me just put it together so that you can see what that would look like together. Okay. once it's blocked and everything, I will put on the collar. So this is how that would look together, right? Obviously it's curling in because it needs blocking, right? But that's how it would look. And the collar would go on and bring in the neck, you know? So the collar again would be in the gray as well. All right, so that's the sweater portion. And this is one sleeve, okay? This is one sleeve here. And that's orange with the gray stripes, okay? And then this is the second sleeve that I'm working on. All right. And that is, again, country blue, red heart country blue with this not graphite, what is that? That is dark gray mix. It's Karen 1 pound dark gray mix. And that is the stripe portion, the hem as well. It would be the neck as well. So this is how the sweater would be, right? And it's being done on straight needles because, you see, so that'll be the whole sweater with the collar, if you can envision that, okay? I love that so much. And with once you put the collar on and sew in the sleeves, then everything would be anchored together by the charcoal gray, you see? And then you have the yellow in the back. I love that. So that would be able to fit my youngest son. So happy mistake. You know, so again, it's being done on straight needles because the pattern called for it to be done on straight needles, primarily because the color changing portion of it and all of that. So, and I love how even my stripes are, you know, so I love that. I'm proud of these stripes. So I'm almost done. I just started the decreases on this sleeve. Once the decreases are done, then I will block all the pieces and then I can start sewing that together for my youngest son. I'm sure he's gonna be ecstatic to try that on for mommy in the heat, because today was like well above 90s here in New York. All right, and I have one. Oh no, that's it. That's one. That's it. So those three are the whips. Okay. So now I just want to show you guys. I had got my knit crate boxes. I'm sure that you guys already seen this 100 times already. I started back with knit crate, and I got so far the Malabrigo crate, which is a crate that I had continued getting. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's because I am getting to that age or if it's just muggy in the house. I think it's just muggy. So I got my Malabrigo crate, okay? And it came with a Katrinkles extra, and it's like a fiberglass, I guess, needle. Let's see. I'm sure you guys seen this already. Okay, it's very cute. It's like a fiberglass, I guess it's fiber or acrylic needle into a sheep, a piece of felt for the sheep. And this is the color for the Malabrigo crate. Isn't that pretty? I can definitely see making a nice t-shirt out of that. All right, and probably mixing it with some other Malabrigo that I have here. It's called Light of Love, Finito. Malabrigo Finito, Light of Love. It's a sport finger-in weight yarn, okay? And it's 200 yards in total, 100% superfine merino. And this is, you get 3 skeins of that yarn. All right, so I definitely feel like I can make either a nice shawl, or if I have some nice contrasting colors, I can make a nice t-shirt. There's actually a t-shirt called a V-back tee that I could probably use that, because I believe it calls for sport weight yarn. V-back tee. either a sport weight. I know there's a finger and weight version. I think there's a DK version or a sport weight. I have to just clarify that. But either way, if it's a DK version, that yarn could probably still go because DK and sport weight is not that far from one another. All right. And then I got my regular knit crate. And the regular knit crate this time around, I chose anything goes because I just didn't feel like choosing anything, you know. So again, with this one, we got a Katrinkles stitch marker. Okay, and it has like a little artist on here. All right, and this color is a nice blue. This is a DK yarn. It's Vitalana Lofty DK, and the colorway is called Hydrangea. Hydrangea. It's a pretty blue color, and I'm happy with that. It's a pretty blue color, and it is the what do they call that braided yarn? I forget what they call that braided yarn. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right. I forget what they call that, but it's a DK weight yarn, and it is 48% merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, 32% organic Pima cotton, and it's a DK weight, 274 yards. All right, so again, I had chose anything goes, and this is what they sent me, so I'm not upset about that at all. I like that color. This would make a nice DK weight shawl, as well as a nice t-shirt if I have, and I think I do have some white or even a darker blue. That would be a nice contrast to put with that to make a nice t-shirt. Okay. All right. So now my next unboxing is Furls. You guys remember, I think a couple of episodes back, I was telling you guys that Furls had a metal hook, a new metal hook that was completely metal, and it's the Furls Streamline hook. Okay, and this hook is, I forget what size I ordered. All right, completely metal. It's a metal Furls Streamline, and this is a H. Isn't that nice? This is a H. They got the H engraved in there. And then the hook is just straight up metal. I love that. And you know, to be honest, this feels better to me than the wood hooks. I don't know, something about the streamlined wood hooks feel a little light. Like I feel like this is gonna break, but I feel more comfortable with this. I can see that this is a H. When I was trying to get H, I, and J because those are the hooks that I more frequently use, but they only had the H left when I had went. Oops, sorry. And it's no dents. So I will try later on to see if I can get the I and the J hook. Not that I need it, but just because I want it, right? I like Kim the Crafty Nomad side. She said, I'm not needy, I'm wanty. And I would agree. So that's the new Streamline, Furl Streamline hook. All right. Also, I got some buttons because I'm making a sweater by September Knits. And she has a sweater that I'm trying to finish from, I think it's last year or the year before. And it's called the Jensen Cardigan. And it requires buttons. And I'm using some black yarn from Sugar Plum Circus. And they had these buttons on sale at Furls. These are dragon buttons, dragon scale buttons. And I thought those would be nice to put against the black yarn because it's silver. And it's just the hint of black within the button that I think would just be nice on the button collar, you know. So I got some of those. I don't remember exactly how many I needed, but I think I got 10 just to be sure. And I really like that, you know. I really like those buttons. So hopefully when I get to the button collar portion of the shirt, of this sweater, I will still like them. Otherwise, I would need to figure out something else to do, you know. So I wanted to show you guys also the new Mary Maxim sock kit that came this month. So this is the sock for the Mary Maxim sock kit. Okay. And this time, unlike the first kit I had showed y'all before, where they had sent me Peyton's yarn, Peyton's sock yarn, they sent me Mary Maxim's own yarn. So this is the yarn that came with it, Mary Maxim Bamboo Stripes yarn. And I like the color as well, green with blues and pinks and purples, right? Yellows. It's a nice yarn, right? And this is their bamboo stripes. Bamboo stripes. All right. I got the camera facing the other way, so that's why I keep messing up and putting everything all the way to my right, you know. So this color is called Water's Edge. And this is a finger weight yarn, a size 1. And there are 437 yards in here, and this is 50% superwash wool, 25% nylon, 25% bamboo. It's 100 grams. So this 100 grams should be able to make 1 pair of socks. So I'm gonna try. Also, that came with this particular yarn and pattern this month was some double point knitting needles. All right, so double point knitting needles came with that. This is a US 3 8-inch double point knitting needles. So it's US 3, and the knitting needles themselves are 8 inches tall. All right, and that came also with the sock kit this month. And I was very surprised about that, you know, and also interested. I like the fact that they Mary Maxim sent their own yarn, which is, I think, appropriate. I think that they should do that, send their own yarn, because it's their club. They've been around for how many years, you know? And they should definitely promote their own yarns in their kits. I think so. I think that's appreciated. All right, so next, I just want to, I don't know if you guys know about Yolanda Jordan. You know, My Pretty Brown Doll, she has came out with her first book, her first crochet book of pretty brown dolls. You know, I got this off of Amazon. If you guys have not got this book, I think that you should definitely go out and support and get this book. This is a beautiful book. Crochet patterns for dolls that look like you. And I got this book, I think, over the weekend. And I'm just very pleased and proud. I was just looking through the book. And this young lady may be my first venture. You know, I really love her dress. I love her hair, her shoes, you know. So I think that that may be my first doll, you know. So the doll pattern, she has like a generic doll pattern in the book, and then she teaches you how to do the hairstyles and stuff. Okay, that's for the doll that I was trying to make. I want to make, rather. I didn't start it as yet, but I do have a desire to do that doll particular. So, and she goes through how the different details on finishing and how to make the general doll pattern body. You know, it's just a basic doll pattern for her particular design, you know. So I'm looking forward to making maybe, who knows how many, probably if not one, at least 2 of these doll patterns. Especially the hair is where I'm most interested in making, you know. So again, I would ask you all to go out and support Yolanda Jordan. Again, her book is on Amazon, and I'm sure it's probably at different local bookstores near you, but definitely on Amazon you can find it. Go out and support this young lady and this book. I think this is an important book for this day and age, especially for BIPOC makers and for makers of color. And we just need to support all those in the yarn industry that are of color, and just make sure we stay relevant in this industry as well. All right. So I'm super proud of her. I don't know her personally, but I'm super proud of her stepping out and being able to get her first book published. I look forward to many more. I also have the book from Toni Lipsey, her Tunisian crochet book. I haven't made anything from it yet. I don't know. I like Tunisian crochet, but I feel the way the hook, you gotta hold the hook going straight across. It feels weird in my hand, so I just feel like the muscle memory has to get there so it feels more comfortable. But her book is very nice. Toni Lipsey's book is very nice. So I do plan to, there was a bag inside of that book. The next time I do my podcast, I'll remember to bring that book so that I can show you the bag that's in the book that I really liked, and that would be something that I said that would be the first project I would do out of that book. Okay, so the next one is the Lizzie blanket. I seen Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast, as well as Dina from Homespun. Is it Homespun Fun? Dina from Homespun Fun. It sounds right and wrong. But both of them had made the Lizzie blanket, you know. So it was a blanket that I was interested in doing when she actually had the crochet along going, but for whatever reason I just didn't do it at that time. I can't recall the particular reason as to why I didn't start it. But when I seen Terry, hers is just about finished, and Dina, she stopped where she felt she was done, and I felt like I just like the way those colors went together. Those colors are definitely in my wheelhouse. I gravitate towards earth tone colors and also jewel tone colors. So those colors of that blanket definitely were in my wheelhouse, and colors that I would gravitate to naturally, you know. So I know I have some of those colors already in my stash, and some of them I do not have. So today I did go to Michael's to get some of the other colors that I know I didn't have, so that I can start the Lizzie blanket, you know. So I did finish the little swatch that Ophelia, I forget her real name, Ophelia Talks is her YouTube channel, as well as her blog site, Ophelia Talks. So she did recommend that you make a 32 stitch count swatch just to practice the stitches. So this is the swatch for week 1 of the Lizzie blanket. I just did it all in one color, just to get started and get my feet wet as far as what I'm doing, right? So that is the front, and I have the colors for week 1, and I'm hoping to chain up and cast that on this week so that I can start week 1 at least, because you have to do 5 repeats of the first row. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to the start of the Star Blanket Whip that is being hosted by Kim the Crafty Nomad. I picked out some yarn while I was at Michael's, and I have a Karen Big Cake, and that's a medium 4-weight cake, and this color is called Grape Jelly. Okay, and I plan to make this star blanket particular for my daughter because she liked purple. So this is 603 yards. It's 100% acrylic, and again it's a medium 4-weight, and the color again is Grape Jelly. Right, so that's my yarn for the star blanket. I believe I have 3 of these. I think I have 3, maybe 4. But however many I have, I plan to use all of it to make this star blanket. So the star blanket probably end up being as big of a star when it's done. Because I want all the yarn to go into it. My daughter is 10 tomorrow. Tomorrow is June, so 10 start on June 30th. She'll be 10, so I like the blanket to be big enough to cover her, you know. She has the blanket that I made her for when she was a baby, and the blanket still looks good. And at that time, I was still learning how to crochet and keep the edges straight and stuff. So there's a lot of mistakes in that blanket, but that blanket came out very nice. Maybe the next time I come on, I'll show you that blanket as well, because it still looks good. So that's the yarn that I'll be using for the crochet along with Kim the Crafty Nomad, the star blanket crochet along. I believe she said it starts on tomorrow, June 1st, and I have the pattern picked out. I left it upstairs. I believe it's also a Premier Yarns pattern. It has either bobble stitches or what's the other stitch they call it? It looks the same though, bobble stitch or whatever the other stitch is called. So this one, like this, because they calling this stitch here the bean stitch, but it looks like a bobble stitch to me. This one here at the top. All right, so either it's a bobble stitch or this kind of stitch there, within that star blanket, and this I believe it's on Premier website. I don't recall, but I think it is on Premier website. All right, so one last unboxing before I get to some grab bags, because when I was in Michael's today, this particular Michael's, because I had a doctor's appointment this morning for clearance to go back to work, and it's located in downtown Brooklyn area. So on my way back, I was passing Michael's in that particular area, and so I stopped, and as soon as you walked in, they had grab bags or grab boxes. So I bought 2. So I wanted to go through that with you all as well, because I'm excited to see what it was. It's only yarn. So I said, okay, let me see what it is. You know, because I'm thinking about what to do as far as a giveaway, and I'm gonna seek out some help to get that done, since I am now over 100 subscribers. I would like to do a little thank you giveaway. So I'll announce that probably on my next podcast. As you all can see, the time frame of my podcasts are primarily random. I don't have any set time for podcasts, unfortunately, because my schedule with my kids and work-life balance, it just don't allow for it, you know. So random is the best I can do. So my last unboxing is for Yarnable. Yarnable is a yarn subscription that I get every month by Hypnotic Yarn, and I really enjoy this subscription. So Knit Crate, I enjoy the Malabrigo subscription quite a bit, and I'm contemplating canceling the regular monthly subscription and just keeping the Malabrigo subscription, because I really enjoy that immensely. Yarnable is one that I plan to keep. As far as Annie's, the Hook and Needle Club, I would definitely keep that. Word to the wise, to those who are subscribed to the I Love Crochet and the I Love Knit Club. For Annie's, if you were already subscribed to the Hook and Needle Club, just know that the Hook and Needle Club is just a break off. The I Love Crochet and the I Love Knit Club, basically, or branches off of the hook and needle clubs. All they did was separate it. And I had asked them that question because I wanted to understand what was the purpose, right? So they basically said they separated the hook and the needle club to make a I Love Crochet club and a I Love Knitting club. So if you already subscribed to the hook and needle club, there's no need for you to cancel that subscription and sign up for one or the other, because it's basically the same thing. Okay, so just so that you're aware. Okay, so for Annie's, I really plan to keep the hook and needle club and the Caring Crochet club. Those two clubs I enjoy. Quince & Co. as my luxury club. I plan to keep that too. Everybody else's has gone primarily to the wayside. Mary Maxim, I am trying to decide where I'm cutting down. More than likely, I'm gonna cancel the sock club, I'm thinking, and the Afghan club, maybe. But I do enjoy both the needle and the knitting and the crochet club for Mary Maxim. So I'm still on a decision making venture as far as Mary Maxim. But those other clubs that I mentioned are what I'll be keeping, and then I'll be discontinuing those that I had mentioned prior. So with Yarnable will be one that I keep. Every month you get goodies in addition to yarn. So this month it says here you get one of those cup cozies, and it's a flamingo theme. I got 99 problems, but a stitch ain't one. That's one of them cup cozies to when the cup is sweating. Okay, and then you get this as well. You always get this. This is a thing where you can scratch off the part and get a additional discount for the yarn. Like a regular knitter, like a regular crafter, but way cooler. I forget what they call it. Is that an eye? It looks like an eyeglass case. I guess it's for the summer. I forget what they call this thing here. Oop, I dropped it. Sorry. But it's an eyeglass case. All right, and then at the bottom, that's what it says there, knitter. Okay. Knitter, like a regular crafter, but way cooler. And then finally, I'm assuming that this is stirrers, right? Flamingo stirrers for the big cups where you can, I guess you stir. And it's a set of 5 stirrers in a cup. So those are the extras that you get. And they all come in this bag here. What is that called again? I forget. Anyway, whatever that's called. Did I tell you I was tired? I'm tired. I'm sweating. Okay. And now, all of the yarn, I love how the yarn always remains a surprise. So the yarn comes inside of these bags every time. And this month, oh, I'm very happy. Look at that. Born to Stand Out. Very pretty. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Speckles. It's a tonal yarn. Speckles, yarnable. Very pretty yarn. Very pretty. Okay. And this is called Born to Stand Out. And this is Plush DK. And it's 246 yards. I think I got tired of the fingering because I was getting a lot of fingering for her. I initially started off with, I want you to see the speckles. I initially started off with the fingering weight, and then I changed to Plush DK, and then I went back to fingering, and now I'm back to DK. So as you can tell, you can go back and forth as you see fit. There's no extra charge to change the weight of yarn that you want, but you can go back and forth as you see fit. All right, very pretty, very pretty. And I had liked the other one from last month in March. It was called Avocardio. So it's like a workout. Okay, so that's my Yarnable subscription. If you guys don't know, I'm not, let me just preface this. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I keep forgetting to do that at the top of the podcast, but I'm not sponsored by any of these people that I'm telling you about. These are things that I purchased of my own accord. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Okay, so I take my own money that I work hard for and I purchase what I want after I pay my bills. Okay, just to help. A lot of it sometimes I feel like it's retail therapy. And I continue to pose this question: is retail therapy truly therapy? I don't think so. I don't think so, you know, but I call it sex. All right, I am sweating, you know, but it's all right. So now the coup de grace, we have the yarn grab boxes from Michaels, okay? And we have, again, 2 boxes, so hopefully there's some good stuff in there. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I left it to the end, because I'm hoping it's not no madness and confusion. Okay. I see a lot of blanket yarn. Okay, I see a couple of pounds of love. All right. So we got some blanket yarn. We got some, what's this? Loops and thread, Ariel Big. And this is the colorway, Dusty Rose. All right, loops and thread, Ariel Big. This is a super bulky jumbo yarn. All right, with the name Ariel Big. Okay, and this is 70% polyester, 29% wool, and 1% spandex. And this is called Dusty Rose. Okay. Dusty Rose. All right. It's just a kind of thrown up inside of there. It's like, whatever. I see some that's kind of messed up where I got to be trying to get it back together. So that's going to take time. It's $5, right? You get what you pay for. All right. So that's the Dusty Rose. That's number 1. Then I got this one, which I'm happy for. This can make a nice sheet. This is called Sherpa. And I actually have a nice sheet pattern too that I can see this being used for. And this is a super bulky. Okay, and this is light gray. 93 yards. What is it? Polyester, I would think. 100% polyester. Okay. Look at that. We got some shawl in the ball that look better once upon a time. And now it's all tangled up on a different yarn. Let's see. So some of this yarn definitely is gonna have to take some time to get it sorted out. All right. Okay, and then we got some other blanket yarn. We got this color. This doesn't have a ball band with it, but that's some velvet yarn. And we got the same kind of yarn, but in this teal green colorway. The box is full, guys. All right, this is only box number 1. Okay. And this again is the shawl and the ball. That's that one. I forget that color. And I have some of this already, but I don't remember this color. And this is some blanket yarn. There's no ball band for that one. That's a dark gray. Let's see. I don't know why they would choose to make it worse, right? Why would you make it worse than what it is already? And this side is a hot mess over here. All right, so this is just a jumbled up mess right here. So I'm just gonna take that out to show you guys this hot mess real quick. Okay, so this is a hot mess right here. Okay, and you got a mixture of some blanket yarn and some more shawl in the ball that's trying to escape, and all of that is just jumbled up together. Oh look, we got a candle. Okay, some more blanket yarn. Okay, we got some random red. All right. I'm gonna have to, this is gonna be one day where I ain't got nothing to do. I'll sit down and unravel that and figure that out. Okay. We got definitely a pound of love, unbanded. Okay, this look more yellow. This could possibly even be used for the Lizzie blanket because there's a color in that blanket that looks like that. So that could possibly go into the Lizzie blanket. Some more velvet yarn. All right. And we got some random pink yarn. Random pink. We got a random bulky gray. That might be some Woolies Sticking Quick. All right, and that's like a gray. We got one of them fleece yarns in like a purple. And we got Chunky Twist. This is called Blue Navy Silver Gray. Chunky Twist. Okay. We're going to find something to do with this thick yarn. Oh, and look, that's that DK weight yarn that they had. I think it's discontinued now. That was only there for a time. All right. So we're going to put all of that back inside the box. I can't get this to come out. It's stuck in there. So one side is a hot mess and the other side not too bad. So that's box number 1. Okay. And we'll figure out what to do with those bulky weight yarns. I had a idea for a blanket once upon a time. So I do have some bulky weight yarns in my stash. So that just may enhance the blanket and make it bigger and more colorful, because I think the primary color that I got for the blanket that I was planning to make before are the dark grays and black. So that would definitely add to the color scheme of that blanket. Okay, so this box number 2 has a little more variety. We got some Lion Brand Heartland yarn, and this is called Black Canyon. All right, we got some, I know this is a loops and thread yarn, and that's a bulky weight. I know that this is Woolies, and that's a bulky weight as well. I like this blanket yarn. I think Kim has some of this yarn as well. This blanket yarn. All right. And we got some more of that velvet yarn. Here goes some more of the same velvet yarn again in a different color. And we got another one. This look like a fluffy pink bathrobe color blanket yarn. Okay. This is box number 2, guys. All right. Oh, look that. We got some wool-like, and this is in the rose color. All right. We got some cotton. I don't know what color that is, but it's cotton just the same. Oh, we got some unforgettable. All right. I'm going to cake all of this up. What, you know, like the 4 weights and stuff that look like that. We got some more blanket yarn. All right. Let me figure that out. Okay, we got some more blanket yarn. We got some more cotton. That's probably that cream cotton. That's how that feels to me. We got some more of that velvet yarn. Okay. And Spring Creek Chenille, I wonder if that's it. Princess, that's probably this one. Spring Creek Chenille Princess, that's probably that one. Okay, another bulky weight yarn. It's like a gray. We got some either Red Heart or Craft Smart country blue yarn. We got more cotton. And we got a box of nothing. What's in here? It's a box. It says diamond ring. Y'all see that? Let's see what's in there. Diamond ring. Oh, some diamond ring cookie cutters. Diamond ring cookie cutters. How cute is that? That's very cute. All right, so the non-yarny stuff was 2 diamond ring cookie cutters and 1 random candle. All right, so that's it, guys. That's everything that I came on to show you all. Okay, I'm praying that you and your family and everybody is safe and well in Jesus' name. I pray that everybody is having a good week, a good day. I hope that you all had a safe and happy Memorial Day. I don't know if y'all barbecued. If y'all did, y'all can go ahead and let me know down below and let me know how y'all Memorial Day was spent. And if it was just a quiet holiday, just so be it. It was a quiet holiday. I didn't barbecue yesterday. I just didn't have the energy to do so. I just couldn't deal with it, you know? And I didn't plan on it. So I didn't try to make any exceptions to that rule. I just didn't plan on it, so I just didn't do it. So we had a nice barbecue in the house. We just cooked on the stove and we ate like we normally would, you know, and the kids was okay with that. Although they wanted the barbecue, I just couldn't do it. Mommy couldn't do it. I was tired, you know. So again, you guys have a blessed day, a blessed evening. I'm hoping that I'm able to get back to you guys soon. But again, my schedule is random. If you guys have any ideas as to what I can do with this blanket yarn, I would greatly appreciate that. You know, I'm thinking squares like the module blanket that Kim had did with those black and red and gray squares that she had. But I'm also thinking maybe a chevron blanket with all of that, you know, some kind of scrappy chevron blanket definitely would do with that as well, right? You wouldn't need as many stitches. You just need a massive hook, which I do have. So any ideas on what to do with all this blanket yarn, please comment down below and help me out so I can figure out what to do as far as a nice project. I would appreciate that. And again, I'm going to seek out some advice regarding my first giveaway for my 100 subscriber milestone, and I will let you guys know regarding that. Okay, so once again, thank all my friends for coming back and spending some time with me. I appreciate you all very much, and I thank you all for taking the time to spend time watching my podcast videos. I hope that you truly enjoyed everything that I bring forth, and I would ask you all to please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and make sure that it is the bell that's filled in with the sound quotes around it so that you can be alerted as to the next time I have a podcast uploaded. I do hope that you all continue to enjoy the content that I bring forth. If you have any suggestions, I would appreciate that. And any positive criticism, if you would have any of that, I would appreciate that as well. If you have any positive suggestions, definitely feel free to leave that down below as well. You know, if you don't have anything positive to say, as your mother told you growing up. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. That is also appreciated. Okay. So again, I'll see you all next time. I pray again that your family is safe and healthy, and that you are also safe and healthy. I would ask everybody to just please show kindness to one another. Remember those families that are right now in mourning over the death of their children. They just went to school. Please keep those families in prayer as they go through this unspeakable act. Every day I send my kids to school, I just truly send a quick prayer up to God. I don't leave the school until I see my kids go into the building, and you're just praying. You're just praying that, God cover them, cover the schoolhouse, cover everyone in the building, all the children plus yours, and I can't understand how somebody could do that to babies, So I ask everybody to just keep those families in prayer as they bury their children, bury their wives, their husbands. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible. Keep those families in Ukraine in prayer as well as they continue to go through. And anybody else that need prayer, keep me in prayer as I keep you all in prayer. And let's just try to show the love of God amongst one another, show each other love, and just try to represent that. And because when we show each other love, we represent God. Why? Because God is love. All right, so let's just keep that in mind as we go forward. We are all human, regardless of color, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation. Regardless of all of that, at the end of the day, we are all color. We all bleed red. We all have one life to live. And the best thing that we can do for one another is just to show love towards one another, because God is love. So just be kind to each other. Show love towards one another. If you don't have anything good to say to somebody, just don't say anything at all, because you really don't know what people are dealing with, and sometimes that last harsh word can be that word to push that person over the edge. So again, if you don't have anything good to say, just don't say anything at all. Keep your negative comments to yourself. If you can't show love towards your fellow man, don't share anything negative with them, because again, you don't know what that person is dealing with in their life at that time. And so much is going on in this life at this time. We don't need to be examples of negativity, and we don't need to really put out any more negativity than that's already out there. So please, again, keep everybody in prayer, particularly those families that are in mourning for Ford Elementary School. Keep them in prayer. Keep Ukraine in prayer. Keep our country in prayer, United States of America, because this country needs prayer as well, right? We are under government rule, although it's a free country. We still need to pray for the politicians that are in rule over us, that make decisions that we are not privy to and that we are not party to every day. So we still need to keep them in prayer. So just remember to keep, when you put love first, you put God first. So please remember to keep God in prayer. Keep, it's just heartbreaking, So just keep prayer. Keep all those people in prayer, all the families that are burying their children and their loved ones. Keep this country in prayer. Keep the Ukraine in prayer. If you need prayer, please let me know down below, and I will keep you in my prayer as well. And, I'll see you guys on the next podcast, okay? Just remember, God is love, so show love towards one another. All right? All right. You guys have a blessed night. Bye-bye.